Hey, we are here just in time. Just in time. Just in time.
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
should I mess with the mic again?
Please don't mess
Don't
with the
mess with the
mic.
mic. Don't no messing with the
Please,
mic.
no messing with the
Well,
mic.
good, good. Well, tell us who we are and why are we here today?
We are losing our voices.
Hmm.
We are Craig and Sharon, or Imar and Zare, and we are taking the journey together. We've been on this journey together
Hmm.
for approximately, you're not going to believe this,
What? How long?
15 years.
15. Have we been on this show for
No,
15 years?
we have been on our journey together
Oh, okay.
for almost 15 years.
Wow. Is it the anniversary here?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
getting close,
it's
but
getting
not quite.
close. All right.
Close, but no cigar, as they say.
No cigars.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Wow. What a.
But we have been on the program, this one
Hmm.
for, um, what, 2, 3 years? Two
I
years, I think
think
it
it's been
is.
about 2, 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And we've been taking the journey as a show together since 2010.
Don't know. Could have been 2010.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Hmm.
So, at any rate, that is a good thing, and we are excited. And I'm going to start off by reading our well, it's our belief
A
statement.
belief
It
statement.
says
Okay.
vision statement, but it's really our belief statement. And it says, we are going to relate.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter what your mother, father, sister, brother, or even what Jesus says, we are going to relate. And in taking the journey together, we believe in relating in a balanced manner. Balanced relationships are the ones that are entered into as friends first and lovers second, but has both aspects in each partner.
Hmm.
So, as I said last week, breaking this down, I am your friend,
Hmm.
and you are my friend, and I am your lover, and you are my lover.
Well,
So,
I'm not feeling like a lover from no other because I'm again doing all this engineering stuff trying to get done.
okay. Well,
And
there's
still, this man behind the Mr. Wizard behind these walls called Mr. Julius hasn't found us as of yet a engineer, and I have to still continue to do this. I'm
it's
going to charge him for engineering duties too at the same time, being his guest, host, or how it is we're here. What do you think?
it's because he knows that you are so capable and so good at what you do.
Are you on his side? Hold on.
No,
You your friend
no,
too? Is that what it is?
no.
Oh,
I
all
am
right.
just giving you the credit and the honor
Oh,
that you deserve.
oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Julius, I popped up as one of the friends too. Julius, I know you hear me. I know you do. Okay.
Yes.
So did you gave us a vision, right?
I believe
On
statement.
belief
Yes.
statements. Okay. So we are now are going to move in an interesting show. I want folks who are watching right now, I want you to share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your mom and dad. Just share, share, and share. I'm trying to look for that share thing that he has up here. One of these days, that the
There it
unit
is.
that we have will, this streaming application we have will actually put these in categories where you can see what the category is and easily just click on it so you know what it is
Yeah.
instead of have to search up and down just to find it. It can make it a little bit easier. One day, we got 2 people watching. Hey, we had quite a few last time. I don't know if our bots have left us this time or we are on a different channel.
maybe maybe they're just slowly rolling in.
They could be.
But at any rate,
Yes.
as it happened today, I had
Mm-hmm.
a student who was saying um, at our meeting today after school, but
Mm-hmm.
there's not that many people here, and so should we start now? Should we wait? I'm looking at the clock, going, we should start because we
Mm.
move forward with those who are here, and hopefully, as we move forward with those who are here um, today on this show, we will also move people to move forward
Oh, I like
in
that.
their relationships.
I like that. I think that is one of a very great wise statement that you made. Many of us Or young folks used to say, we used to say, stuck like Chuck, and they don't even want to say the other
Yeah.
word in their relationships. And they've been stuck that certain way in their relationship for years
Hmm.
and haven't moved whatsoever. And most of them kind of feel being stuck like that is, it is what it is.
And it gets to be normal.
Yeah, exactly, is what it is. It's not going to
Yes.
change whatsoever. It's always going to be the same, and that's just how that goes from that end, sadly. Um,
Yes.
so we know that in a relationship, whether you have kids around watching you, or you're an athlete, or you're a pastor, or you're an actor, where you're always waiting for um,
The next
next
role.
person. Or sometimes there was a saying that some black women kind of like that statement that was said, "Mama's always on what stage."
Yes.
Who did that?
I don't remember, but I know exactly
I
what
can
you're
I can I
talking
can
about.
hear the group right now. So, um, bottom line is, if you are not able to deal with you from the inside, then you can understand why you're going to have a hard time dealing with someone else physically that's actually there. Let a lot more others, though we let a lot others many times be our audience, and our
Yes.
audience become our fuel. And those who've been in those big audience know at the end you still can feel just as empty. And what's ironic about it, and we're definitely going to get into the topic, is that I've talked to those who've been in audiences of 10,000 and more. I know
Hmm.
some pastors and some actors, and football players, and musicians to be mostly. Most of them will tell you that when times are real tough and you really need something, that audience that's out there, you can't get really any of them to help you out
Right.
during that time.
Right.
Your closest body of people that is around you, your roadies
Hmm.
that are with you, many times even they won't necessarily be around.
Yeah.
And so when the chips are down and you really need someone to love you unconditionally, when you were loving them unconditionally, all your entourage that you gave, your
Hmm.
spirit, your soul, whatever to, many times you find that you're all by yourself. And it's been
Yes.
told many times you're all by yourself from that
Hmm.
end. So I guess it really starts with, how are you going to be all by yourself?
Right.
How are you going to, connect with you? What do you do when you're by yourself?
And if you cannot connect with yourself, if you cannot appreciate yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a hard situation to be in. A very hard situation to be in.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
Hey, so we're talking about what? Well, what have we been talking about for those who are new, who are just coming right now? What have we been talking about?
We have been talking about divine feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
And because we've been talking about divine feminine energy, we'll probably close it out today.
Okay.
But it has been one of those things that, like a lot of the pieces that we do, they are extensive because we go into them and try to give people enough food for thought, enough
Mm-hmm.
things to think about, enough things to take forward and
Mm-hmm.
move on comfortably with. And that's how it has been with divine feminine energy. Um, but we have talked in depth about how you can embrace that and what is necessary for you to be able to be, as a female, be all you can be to yourself as well as to the man in your life. And I say to yourself because
Mm-hmm.
if you can't be divine to yourself, how are you going to be divine to
Yeah,
somebody else?
that's that saying that you hear a lot today. With, they say that you first have to make sure you love yourself.
Yes.
First, you got to love yourself.
Hmm.
If you're able to love yourself first, and you're especially able to love yourself with divine love, not self-centered love,
Hmm.
then that kind of love will overflow like energy does. And it's
Yes.
going to spill out on someone else. Hopefully, it spills out. If it's in a balanced relationship, it's going to spill out on your mate,
Hmm.
your friend, hopefully.
Yes.
Or it should. There's no hopefully about it should,
Right.
and it would, yeah.
Yes. And so that's what we've been talking about um, these
Mm-hmm.
last few weeks.
Yes, we am. Well, I think we're going to show an example. I wish we had more people who are watching right now, which we don't. Could be a reason why I have to talk to Julius. But
Well,
anyway,
at any
because
rate,
I,
like I said, we move
yeah, but
forward
I,
with
I want
those.
I want to get some questions and answers. But that's all right. We'll get this started. We want to show a ultimate example of
Yes.
divine love
Divine
someone
feminine energy.
divine feminine image. I still call
Yes.
it divine love,
Well, it
whether it's
is.
male or female. It's
It
still going to be
is.
divine. After they see this, they're going to have to say, or someone's going to say that, heck no, that's crazy. I'm not going to ever do something like this.
Right.
There's no divine.
Right.
It's the devil. There's no way am I ever going to do that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then some others are going to say, wow, if this really happened with mine, I couldn't believe it. I'll buy him a car. I'll buy him a house. I'll make sure I stay with him forever. Or they'll say, there must be a God.
Yeah.
So, so are you ready for us to put this one up? I guess when I show up the picture, they're really going to stop
Let's
for
do
this
it.
one. Let's do this. Hold on for a second. I'm going to pop it up. Okay. And pop it right here. I'm going to pop it like it's hard. Hold on. Let me go over there. Where's the other button? I guess. What's this?
And that's message.
That is?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Where's the one that makes this larger?
Up at the top.
Right here?
I thought it was up above that.
Let's try it.
Nope.
You're wrong.
Maybe that's as good as it gets. I don't know. I think
that's
that's as good as it gets.
Hold on.
Well, it looks like that's it. Because you see, it's.
Look at that. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. We are ready. You see what it reads, and now we're going to let you take a look. Here it goes. I'm going to have some questions and answers after it's over. Hold on for a sec. Uh-oh. What the heck is going on here? Hold on for a second. I cannot believe this. I got to try to get the...
That's.
Oh, there it is. Just the... Okay, we'll try it now. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we are back. We are back.
Yes.
Maybe I should be smiling. There might be some people that want to slap spit out of my mouth.
But I think.
What did you, now, hold on. But you did say, because you wanted to pick this anyway, because I found it. Someone sent it to me. You did say that this was supposed to be showing a representation of divine feminine energy.
Yes.
So, how was that? And would those who are out there, if you want to give, that's why I said I wish we had some more there at the end. I don't know why they're not. They would give us what they feel and what they think about it, what they just saw. Yes, you saw what you just saw. There was a black man who was on the back being carried by a black woman. That's what you saw.
Yes.
And it was going across the water. How many other usual scenes that we see where it must be the other way around, but it wasn't. Before the show is up, we're going to show that again in the other half an hour. Yes. When we get past our breaks, I want to show that again because I never would have believed it to myself. Go ahead, Doc. What do you think?
Well, the reason I say this is a good example of divine feminine energy has to do with the fact that if you're sure enough in yourself, you want to, and you feel that good about yourself, you want your partner to feel that good about himself also. And I mean, it made sense. She had on something that she could go across that shallow
Because she had
water
a dress
water
on.
bed.
Because she had a dress on.
Yes,
Mm.
it was shallow. It was shallow enough that she could walk across it without, really getting the bottom of her dress wet or anything. But with him, he would have had. She took off her shoes. Granted, he would have had to take off his shoes,
Uh-huh.
take off his socks, roll up his pants leg. You know, why take all that time? She carried him in
Yeah.
a time when
He
there
looked, but
was.
he looked
But hold
mighty.
on.
He looked like he was heavier than her.
Yeah,
But she was able to hoist him on his
yeah,
back, even though maybe once or twice she had to position him differently.
yeah,
And I thought for sure, first of all, they're going to both fall.
yeah,
If anything, I thought he was going to fall. Um, um, and blow the whole arrangement all up because it should have been happening in the first place,
yeah,
and that was karma.
yeah,
That was coming to the both of them, but it didn't even happen that way.
yeah. But let me tell you what I saw in that.
Mm-hmm.
What I saw in that is she
Let's put this up.
carried him at a time when he could have carried himself,
Mm-hmm.
which says, I will carry you, or I can carry you when you can't carry yourself.
Ah, wow, wow. Now that's a metaphoric way of taking a look at it. That would be a divine way to take a look at it.
Mhm.
Because I think most people who looked at that, I'm gonna play in the background why we're talking to. By the way, I think most people who would look at that, you know what they would think?
Mm.
That mother sucker could carry his
He
own
should.
son. He
Why
looks
didn't he
healthy.
carry her?
Exactly. He looks healthy enough. Why would he carry her?
Yeah.
And look, it looks like he's getting ready to fall.
So she grabs him. So she keeps him. She keeps him up. So she supports him.
Now, I know there's others who are watching this and saying, other what you said prolifically, would say, this is Africa. African people do the most craziest things. Of course, I say shame on you if you have that stereotype in your mind. It's a little bit of plantation mind thinking. You think Africa does crazy things. And in terms of therefore they will do something that's silly, unsocialized, uncivil,
Yeah.
and barbaric, whatever thing that comes to mind from plantation thinking. Yet that was over in Africa. Could he have been a pastor? Could that have been a pastor?
Could he have just been her husband?
That's true. Okay, I'm go ahead, pause that for 1 second, and bring us back here from that end. We got somebody up here that's saying something. Let's see, catch what someone says. Taylor Washington says what?
This is a great demonstration. Love it. I do too. I think that speaks a lot about
Mhm.
what we can and should do as women for our partners, because we are always, you do this for me, you do that for me, but where's the return? We can do that for our husbands too. And now whereas we see this like this with her carrying, her physically carrying him, we may not be able to physically carry our husbands on our back
Mhm.
or our partners on our backs, but we can carry them in other ways. Give them the support that we need. Let them know that they need. Let them know that we're there for them.
He gave her a big hug.
Exactly.
So you know they had to be close.
So he gave her that appreciation, and to a great extent, the other women were like
I
supporting
noticed
her in it,
the other women didn't come over and pummel him and beat him to death.
or didn't that they were not chastising her for doing it.
Mhm.
They were celebrating the whole situation.
Mhm.
They were appreciating it, and that's I think that appreciation that they had to do with the appreciation she had for him.
You think so?
I do. And that's what divine feminine energy will do.
Mhm.
It will allow you to be strong in yourself
Mhm.
and be strong for that person that you love.
Well, one thing is for sure, it didn't show anything that was unseemly watching that.
No.
The the sister after carried her, I got to be her husband. Hopefully so.
Well, it said that it is.
Yeah, it is that she didn't give the perception that she was pushed.
Yeah.
She was made, gunpoint or not. It seemed like she was open to do that, almost from a necessity point of view.
Yeah, it looked like it was her idea.
Exactly, exactly.
You know,
In
it's like, come on, get on my back, I'll carry you.
exactly. And when it was over, she didn't give that kind of perception or energy of, shoot, I wish I never did this in the first place. You ain't about anybody in
No,
the first place. I'm
no,
being made. She kind of shook it off like, okay, that's something I got to do. And
and
I
was
do.
still and was in a playful mood afterwards.
Exactly,
That
exactly.
this is to me, it is the epitome of what relationships should be.
I would say, if you spoke it from the side of the woman doing that being divine, yes, being a divine woman to do that, that's the only kind of woman I see that would do that, actually.
Hmm.
As for if he was divine, of course, we're going to be talking about divine male energy another time. But if
Yes.
he was divine, no. I think a lot of guys, divine or not, would have took that and jumped on her back and took that extra ride. Some men, no, they wouldn't do that. No, I don't do that stuff like that. I ain't going to make
But
that way.
that's a man that's not comfortable in himself,
That could be.
because I feel like what you know, we don't know what was really going on, but we
Hmm.
can kind of look at it. Taylor Washington says society always put all the responsibility on the man. Men need caring and support as well. 100 all the way. Love this, and I agree with you on this. Men definitely need that support, and a lot of men have not even learned how to ask for it or learned how to accept it, because of the fact that all the responsibility is put on men.
That was that was certainly, and you heard the old saying. At least young folks have that old saying. Man, I hope I got a woman that's got my back. Well, this time that brother got a woman that didn't mind having him on her back.
Which is great. You know, and here's the thing: you
Hmm.
have women all the time in a very negative way saying,
Hmm.
"I carried my man and the family and everybody on my back," in a
Yeah, I heard that
negative
before.
way.
Yeah, exactly,
This
exactly.
is this is that positive carrying. This is that positive connection. This is,
Hmm.
you know, this is a good side of that, where there's no animosity. If there
Mm-mm.
was animosity, she wouldn't have been
No,
laughing like
no,
that at the other
no.
side.
And if
He
the
wouldn't have
if
hugged
the
her in gratitude
and if
at
the
the other side.
community felt bad about it, here's another thing: if the community felt bad about it, then those sisters will never look the way they look.
Exactly.
Now, there's something unique that you picked out on that I thought was pretty unique. I think I'm gonna put it back up there anyway for those who are just coming. Was he was actually carrying a clock?
Yeah.
Yes, in his hand right there, that was a clock.
So,
Why was he carrying a clock?
a good question.
So I guess when they get home, they knew what to wake up again after that. I don't know. I thought that was strange. They was actually carrying a clock.
Yeah, you know, were they going someplace where
Mm-hmm.
that was an integral part of whatever they were getting ready to do?
Yeah, could have been.
You know,
Could have been.
so but you know, the thing is, they were there together,
Mm-hmm.
and they were doing what they needed to do to support one another. You know,
So we goes to now the point of us speaking in the area of divine love from what do we do to actually practice it. That's right. We want us to make sure that once a week that you and I get near some water and I jump on your back and you walk me past that water
absolutely. You
and
know,
make that an exercise
we're
as part
gonna
of. I'm just playing.
we're gonna go out to
I'm just playing.
Tybee at low tide, and there are some places where we can do that.
I usually it's you who jumps on my back. I
Yes,
teach you how to swim from that end. But
absolutely.
if you get, well, you're a little scared of swimming. But if you get in the water low enough, or you get in the water high enough, I could jump on your back and you wouldn't feel nothing because the water keeps you floated.
Exactly. Exactly.
But no, we're just joking. That's
Yeah.
just joking. But what a way to make that an exercise. What's some other exercises that are more practical when it comes to someone with divine love, a sister or a woman with divine love, and actually presenting the show and not just talking about
Hmm.
I'm divine, I'm a goddess, but there's nothing divinity about them. There's no action that they're really doing for their mate or another male in their
Yeah.
life.
But one of the things, and this is not something that we can really say is on our list, but this is
Mm-hmm.
one of those things that we really have to pay attention to and take into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And one way of actually, one way of putting our men on our back has to do with keeping him healthy, because black men's health is very precarious at a certain age. And so, looking out for them health wise, that's one way.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to embrace divine femininity and practice, we have to definitely look at ourselves. And what do? We meditate. We educate ourselves about taking care of ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and being divine. Um, we connect with other women that can help us out. We pursue activities that bring us joy and fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, express ourselves creatively,
Mm-hmm.
by tapping into things that are a source of inspiration for us. Which that's one of the problems right now. A lot of young people coming up, they don't understand hobbies and they don't have things
Mm-hmm.
or understand ways of being creative, so they can't tap into that as easily, um, to inspire them to do other
Yeah,
things.
hobby's got to be something that hops around. Hobby, and maybe it's a show called The Hobbit. They they don't have a clue. They don't have a
They don't.
clue. If I can't make any funds or money off of it, it's not something that's been in the um, seeing image
Hmm.
I've seen in my life.
Yeah,
What the heck what's that supposed to
yeah,
be
yeah.
from that end? That's really sad too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for that reason, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of a lot of young women have trouble being with themselves.
Exactly. They're
Yeah,
bored as can be
yeah,
in the relationship. They're
yeah,
bored as can be.
yeah. They don't like
Mm-mm.
being alone. They don't know how
Mm-hmm.
to respond to being quiet with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that quiet with themselves, I was talking to somebody the other day,
Mm-hmm.
who's going through something, and I was asking her. I said, "Do you meditate?" And she says to me, "I don't. I don't like being alone with my thoughts."
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad to me.
Mm-hmm.
That if you can't be alone, if you don't like being alone with your thoughts, you're in a place where you're destined to be stagnant and
Exactly.
never heal from the things that you need to heal from.
And that's that part where we're talking about being boring. Boring doesn't necessarily mean that the outside environment
Hmm.
is stimulating you so that you can
Right.
feel excited, eyes, ears, smell, and all the good
Hmm.
stuff, and taste and touch. But sometimes it means when you're alone, your thoughts that you have
Yeah.
are not comfortable. They're not
Hmm.
loving.
Yes.
They don't speak things that are kind
Right.
and make you feel welcome with your own self.
Exactly.
And therefore, it's like, nah, I don't want to be alone because if I'm alone like that, the kind
Hmm.
of thoughts I think don't make me feel comfortable at all.
Right.
In that particular case, many people would say, not only is it not boring because I got no outside. That's the reason why it's boring because I've got no outside what sub.
Stimulus.
Well, no, not sub. They were called abstractions.
Yeah.
They're abstractions keeping me
Hmm.
from feeling
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
listening to themselves from the
Yeah.
inside. So I've got to always have excited. I've always got to have it
Yeah.
going on. Boring doesn't mean that in the inside nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Boring means what's going on the outside. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by that.
Because and we live for those distractions
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's
Energy
um
junkies.
yeah.
Got to have something
Yeah.
going on. We
Yeah.
well, you know,
TV.
well, that's
TV
one
in
of
every
them.
room.
Well, yeah. Well, how about just drama? If it bleeds, it
Drama too.
if it bleeds, it
Yeah.
leads. That's on the
Yeah.
other side of
And
that
and
drama.
that is and some females attract friends
Mm-hmm.
that do that same thing. They keep drama going just
Mm-hmm.
so they can be in the midst of something, so they don't have to listen to themselves or what's going on. Everything is a
Exactly.
distraction.
I think right now in our society too, it is all about trying to get your intentions,
Hmm.
your attention, and making sure whatever that attention that I'm getting, I'm able to pour in that portal, eyes, ears, nose, whatever it may be, whatever I want you to hear, whatever I
Hmm.
want you to see, whatever I want you to think.
Yeah.
So it's a very controlling time, which is what
Definitely.
power is all about: trying to control what you think, and trying to control what you feel. So in turn, then you will do,
Hmm.
and it won't be anything that's individual to do with your own thoughts
Right.
and your own feelings whatsoever. And to me, when you are not able to get contact and touch with your own thoughts, your own feeling inside, we're talking about the divine part
Hmm.
now, because that's what it's all about. getting contact with yourself from the inside
Yes.
is the whole process of being divine. I'll say it again. Being able to be in contact with yourself from the inside is the whole process of being divine.
Right.
It is.
And being able to embrace it
Exactly.
is absolutely necessary.
That's where that consciousness comes from. I find out who I am from the inside.
Yes.
And you make that transition in life to actually then connect it to your outside of life so that you're in sync with both from that. And then we call that authenticity.
Yes.
When you're more authentic in that case, when you have the ability to be able to do that. So divine feminine, and has some other practices that you could do. We went from the extreme one, and this tomorrow, let's get ready to go on a virtual. You hear on the news, there are women who are putting men on their back and walking across streets, parking lots, and streams. We don't know why. But
let's do the carry your man across the stream challenge.
Do you know when I was in the military, I had to do that? In the military, I know the Army and the Air Force, especially for the Rangers and stuff, you had to do that. You got to do it. Well, no, there was no mixture of men and women during my time. I'm a little bit older than what I look. Maybe not. But anyway, but I bet you today, because there's a mixture of men and women in training, I bet you there are now some women who actually probably in training, especially if they're doing, Rangers, Navy SEALs, or anything like that. They probably had to learn how to put a man on the back and carry him as being part of the partner of the soldier.
Because if you go to that limit or to those lengths, everybody is supposedly equal.
Yeah.
And you know, and there was always there's always that idea of the firefighters, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, but and that was one of the things that they tried to use to keep women out of the fire department when years ago.
That because a woman couldn't pick up a man if it needed to be, if he was left. How do you know that?
It was on the news and stuff.
Oh, really?
And there was a big fight.
Did you try to be a fire person?
Absolutely not.
Well, why you say it like that?
What?
Absolutely not. Your eyes.
Oh, no, because that was not me. No.
I could see you in a vibrant suit.
No, that was never something.
Okay, I won't say anything else,
was
guys. That's for me to know. You never to find out. Anyway.
No, that was never a dream or a desire of mine. But I remember the thing in the news when women were trying to move into being firefighters, and there was a lot of men were saying, if I need to be carried out, she can't do it, and she can't carry me up a ladder, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't remember that part with a guy, but I can understand because when I heard that discrimination, it was she couldn't carry the hose. Because that was one of the big things. Could you carry that big hose?
Yeah.
Where you were going to go? Or could you hang on to the hose at the end when that amount of pressure comes out of the front?
Yeah.
To use it to put out a fire. I remember those two things. Yeah. Well, so I could see that last part too. I could definitely see the last part.
Yeah, it was a real big thing, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, we're going to have to go to a commercial because we are doing commercial times, and we're trying to keep within the branding of this station to make sure commercials get a chance to be shown, and hopefully they're doing some good. So we'll be right back after this commercial, right?
That's right.
Hi, I'm Katie Brewington, and I'm running for Magistrate Court Judge. Magistrate Court is often called the People's Court because people represent themselves or are pro se litigants. Magistrate Court handles civil claims up to $15,000, dispossessory proceedings, pre-warrant applications, and good behavior bonds. I'm a great candidate for judge because I have the experience, compassion, and drive to get the job done. I have been a probation officer, a criminal defense attorney, a solicitor, and a municipal court judge, and I will take all of that experience to get the job done. So remember, vote Katie Brewington, May 21st, for Magistrate.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
All right, we are back. We are back. Wow. We got one more commercial. Let's see. Do we want to show? I think it's going to be exciting. About let everybody know this. Get it up there. There you go.
Yes.
Okay, get it out there. I don't know why it's not as big as it should be. Might be because what I'm doing is not doing it right. Put it down here. Ooh,
I don't see where that's going to make a difference, babe.
Well, once you start talking about it,
Okay.
why I'm trying to find out why it's not doing what it's doing. How's that?
Well, some of you may know that in the past, taking the journey together, we have done workshops, WOW workshops, Waves of the Water workshops. And this time we are taking our Waves of the Water workshop deep into the water, and we're going to do a hot workshop. For those of you who don't know, hot is honest, open, and transparent. And we're going to do it on a cruise. And this cruise is going to take place the week of Thanksgiving. We leave from Charleston, South Carolina, and it goes from the 23rd to the 28th. And within that time, we will be doing workshops on certain days and different little activities connected with hot and connected with bringing your relationship into a different space. It's from Saturday the 23rd to Thursday the 28th. And see, this is how you do this.
What month?
In November.
Oh, November.
Yeah, you get back.
Is that near Thanksgiving?
Yeah, the week. See, the 28th is Thanksgiving. But see, this is how you do this.
How do you do this?
You get back to Charleston on the 28th, and then you have somebody at home with, making dinner, and you get back just in time for dinner, so you don't have to worry about it.
Or you could use this as a time to what? Make it part of your Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're a couple, you want to do something special, something different. As for on a Thanksgiving time, some of you probably may already do vacation or stuff like this during Thanksgiving anyway. Make this a special gift on Thanksgiving for your relationship. What a way.
Get your hotel room and extend it.
Exactly. And something's going to be special. There's going to be one couple who's going to get a free ticket to this cruise. One special couple. We've got to at least get 9 couples in about 2 months. We need a total of how many actually?
We need a total of, I think it was 9 or 10.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I would like to see if we could get 10 couples
easily,
hopefully, willing to come to this.
But we will take more.
Exactly. We're going to hold up to 20 beer, actually, from what we heard. You're going to enjoy the trip. It's on a Carnival Sunrise. It's going to be a beautiful trip. You got plenty of time, as you can see, on the days to be able to go out and enjoy yourself. And then the days, of course, you'll be part of our show. What days do you have them up to the days that they'll be part of our event?
On Saturday evening, Sunday, and Wednesday.
The other days they get the chance to go out and enjoy themselves on the boat.
Yes.
You'll be heading back on Thursday. But
and we've got something special for Tuesday.
Exactly. Don't forget, when you get out there, I think it's only $250 to start things off. One lucky couple is going to get a free ticket to be able to go on this cruise. So, got to get out there, got to let people know, got to let them tell about it. You got to be able to tell about it to make this happen. We need at least 9 couples, but we'd love to get 6 within a month or 2. There's enough time, really.
Yes, I agree.
It's going to be really exciting.
And so, yes, a special gift for the first 6 couples to book by the end of this month. And so, if you are 1, 2, or 3, you get a really special gift. But if you are 4, 5, and 6, you still get a special gift this month.
How do they get to know? How do they get to know about it? How do they get to? Oh, I know one way. I better show that so they can always hold on for a second. they can always go to where do we usually have it? I look someplace
Yes.
here. Should be at the bottom here. Which one? Oh, here you go. Right here.
takingthejourney-together.com. You can email us at ttjt@takingthejourney-together.com. And you can go on Facebook at TTJ Together and Instagram at Taking the J Together. Probably the quickest way to contact us
Go ahead.
will be um, on will be through email or through Facebook or Messenger. And the other thing is
They can scan.
they can
Hit the scan code. The scan code will take them right to the online form that they fill out. It goes to the travel agent that we're working with right now. And they basically will send them back the information with the link that they need to go to the carnival and start doing the payment and keep that connection going from there, because we don't touch the money. She doesn't touch the money, of course. Carnival,
goes straight to Carnival.
Exactly, go straight to
and and once you send your deposit and payments and everything, you will get you'll get your receipt coming back from Carnival within a few hours.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how their turnaround is. And we look forward to having you with us and having a good time. We're going to have lots of pictures and lots of fun things to do on the ship and off the ship. And we're just really looking forward to it. This is going to be our first cruise. We've been working to get these together for a minute. And so it'll be our first cruise, and we look forward to having you
get a chance
with
to meet us. And of course, Sharon is going to be the hostess of the mostest. She likes doing this hostess stuff.
I
like doing most of the talking, but she does most of the hostess stuff. So you'll get a chance to enjoy yourself with us out there, but with her. I know the ladies will have a chance to be able to get a chance to talk with her. I know you like doing that breakfast brunch stuff, probably some place where they can exercise and do some yoga, which I know you like doing at the same time. So you get a chance to talk with them about it. Maybe you get a chance to bring some books there, so he might be a part of a little book thing I know that you like to do to do a relationship. But anyway, we're looking forward to be special.
And just as we're talking about the divine feminine, we will also be to be hot. The divine feminine energy is incorporated a lot into being hot. And so we'll still be talking about some of that and bridge statements and some of the other things that we have talked about on the show. And with that, and we'll also have fun, just like we do at our WOW workshops that we have on the smaller scale, which is a lot of fun, jokes, enjoying, but at the same time bringing the couples closer and closer and closer together. And so hopefully you will be with us on this cruise, and we can all have some fun together, and we can start a new journey together.
Exactly. Okay.
The other place that you can see us, that's what we usually do too.
Oh, you're ahead, baby.
The other place that you can see us and find out and talk to us, not see us, but hear us, is on Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock on WRUU. We're also doing Taking the Journey Together there. WRUU is a radio station. It's a local radio station, but you can also go online and connect with it and listen to us there as we talk about the same things, but we cover different things. So even though we're still talking about the divine feminine energy, the message is a little bit different from what we have here, simply because it's live. Both of them are live, and so we have things that we're planning on covering, but sometimes different things are triggered, and so we speak things in a different manner, or we go into a different direction with it. So WRUU 107.5
FM.
Yes, 9 a.m. on Saturday morning.
All right. So good. Now, where were we back?
Well, we were talking about the divine feminine energy and how it plays a crucial role in relationships. Just to reiterate, it's the energy of love, compassion, and intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the energy that connects us to our partners and to the world around us. And that is one of the reasons why the lady carrying her husband across that river was a strong example of how it connects us to our partners. And that's how it's a good example of divine feminine energy, because she knew what he needed
Mm-hmm.
and did not hesitate to supply him with what he needed, which was a way of getting across that river and still being dry and presentable when he got to the other side. And that's what she did.
Yeah.
And so so when we embrace the divine feminine, we open ourselves, ladies, to deeper levels of connection and intimacy. We become more aware of our own needs and desires, and we are better able to communicate them to our partners. So it also helps us to take a moment and think about where we are and what we are able to give to somebody else because of the capacity that we have within us. So, we're also more attuned to the needs and desires of ourselves and how we can better serve our partners because of it. And one of the things that we need to realize is that when we are working in the divine feminine energy, not only are we in tune with ourselves, but we're also able to serve our partners, but that brings us together. I hope I'm saying this right.
I guess that would be something for you, first of all, to want to believe within your own self,
Definitely.
especially when it seems like you're going against the grain from the standpoint, most of us women, we don't do no stuff like that with no man. No, you ain't supposed to.
And see, and that's
So,
one of the things that we have to get away from, and
mm-hmm,
especially if we're going to embrace the divine feminine energy,
mm-hmm,
is we have to get away from the naysayer energies of
mm-hmm,
other females. Because if I if I want to carry my husband across and I just keep using this because that's what we saw today.
mm-hmm,
If I want to carry my husband across the water so that he stays dry,
mm-hmm. Just don't
I
drown him.
don't need some woman who calls herself my friend telling me why I shouldn't do it. She should be there to support me. If my friend is going to tell me, "Oh, that's not what a woman do." Excuse me, sister,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to move on because that's not the energy I want.
You just created what's it, hazardous? No, not a hazardous. What's the environment?
Hostile?
A hostile
No,
environment.
she created the hostile environment.
You're going against the grain there now. You just created a hostile environment. I'm in between. All I want to do is ride some woman's back. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
And baby,
Taxi,
I got the back
taxi,
for you to ride. Okay.
taxi. No. Hey, didn't they show over in the Asian parts of the country? Or was that stereotype? When people would jump on somebody's back and they would walk them. Oh no, that's
No,
probably, yeah, that was stereotype because it's usually
in a
in
rickshaw, whatever they
rickshaw.
call
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
But my point is
Mm-hmm.
we need, and that's one of the things that was saying when it said connect with other women.
Mm-hmm.
Women are natural channels for the divine feminine. When you
Mm-hmm.
connect with other women, you can tap into this powerful energy. But if they have that naysaying energy, that negative energy,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to tap into that. You want.
I'm just keeping up there.
Oh no,
Oh yeah,
that's
just
no
I hope
problem.
you don't mind me doing
No,
that to you.
that's great.
Okay, just want
You
to keep it up
you
there.
want that energy
Mm-hmm.
that is going to, like the other women that was in that clip.
Mm-hmm.
They were celebrating what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't telling her what's wrong with you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our problem. We get too caught up in the what is somebody else going to say?
Mm-hmm.
You know, would that be acceptable if I were, so and such, some big famous person? But you're not. You're you, and you need to embrace who you are and who you are to that man in your life. And so that's, that to me is more important.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'd rather, and this is just me,
Mm-hmm.
I would rather be alone in my love and for you and the way I demonstrated than to have 16 other people around me that calls themselves my friends and they are against everything that I try to do for you.
That would give you a ashe and an amen, because that would be a statement that would come from someone who feels that I'm in an us relationship, an
Exactly.
interconnected or interdependent relationship
Hmm.
as an us.
Yes.
And therefore, it could be like us against the world. And that's what many times relationships are actually pushed, between us against the world.
Hmm.
No doubt about it, in our community, our black communities, knowing that our connection can be and should be with family, though there's such a dysfunction in our families,
Yes.
especially between the first start between the man and the woman has been definitely has been set apart
Hmm.
and made it so that we mostly have most self-hate between one another,
Yeah.
not real friendship between one another. And the way things are going, I don't know how well it's going that direction, though we have a lot of young people who are still on top of that. The need for us to understand how our ancestors, some of our ancestors are our mom and our dad,
Hmm.
who are still speaking to us from the inside
Yes.
because of their examples, how they lived.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
And so they're still speaking to us about how we should live, how we should be. And they are trying to speak to us in such a way that are helping us to elevate up,
Right.
to expand our relationship,
Yes.
to probably do and be those things that they didn't do in the
Hmm.
relationship.
Or
They're
couldn't
trying, or
do.
couldn't do, or they're speaking to
Hmm.
us to be able to
Yes.
do.
Yes.
And the need for us to understand that means beyond saying it's just you and I get against the world, because
Hmm.
that's probably the first step many of us don't get to, especially in the
Right.
black community. But the next thought should be is to bring on the connection to the rest of the community besides just blood and family.
Hmm.
That we have the rest of the community that we have to look up
Right.
to, help support, to be examples to,
Exactly.
especially some of the young people that have no examples. Some don't even take examples of older people anymore, period. They pretty
Yes.
much say, I'm not going to do as you say that you don't do.
Hmm.
And they have no examples at all. And they're setting their own trends, they're setting their own ways.
Yes.
And many of them have to fumble, fall over, and run into disaster because they have no examples that we should have left,
Yeah.
examples that we should have had, examples that we didn't have. But we can have now. We can learn them now. We can pick them up now and learn from our past,
Hmm.
using that Sankofa principle,
Yeah.
using these balance principles.
Exactly. Which brings us to um, the crux of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of control.
Yes.
The divine feminine is all about the flow and surrender. Let go of control. Allow yourself to be guided by the divine feminine. The divine feminine is a powerful force for good in the world. When we embrace her, we can create a loving, compassionate, and joyful world.
Wow. Well, hey, you're going to have a chance to get to learn this and hear more from this beautiful lady too at the same time. She will be speaking a lot at that cruise. Oh, I'm going to try to keep up with her, but she's going to be speaking a lot. So we want you to get there. You can see it on the other side of the screen. Use your phone to get that. What's that Q code?
The QR code.
If not, take down the telephone number and an address or email
Email.
address too at the same time. In fact, I'm going to pull it up to be a little bit closer. Well, right there. Probably right there, right there.
Yeah. And just contact us if you have any other
Exactly.
questions. We definitely want you to be a part of it. And
Ninth one. Remember, we keep the count, but the ninth one, whoever the ninth one is, you'll get to know. You will be. It was the ninth or the 10th. I said the 10th one. It gets a free
no, we didn't say
ticket.
which one. We're not. No, we need no.
Well, I said one of them is going to be able to
Yeah,
get a free.
we're not going to say which one.
Well, I didn't mean the. Well, you don't know what order the ninth one's going to be.
Exactly.
It's got to be at least 9 people that have to,
Right.
in turn,
But
come through. The 10th one is going to basically get the free ticket.
Yes.
They're not going to necessarily know who they are,
Exactly.
but we will. We'll pick them.
Exactly.
We'll pick the one that is.
Somebody will get it.
Yep. Somebody will
So,
get a free ticket.
But if you don't put your deposit in, you won't be in the running.
No. Nope.
So-
Nope.
Join us.
Exactly. So, any last
Yes.
words? We got.
Yes. Well, the last word is ladies, embrace your divine feminine energy so that you can be stronger in the relationship and be that person that you want to be for your partner. He deserves it.
Till next time, we'll see you again. God bless you, Ashe.
Ashe.
Take that journey together. Make it an adventure.